to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Quite a sombre moment here because you've won your fight early on in the card here, but you're obviously a stablemate with Thomas Ward there, who's just had a brutal fight there with Otabek Kolmatov. But before we talk about Wardy's fight, let's talk about yourself. Good fight at the beginning of the show here. Only your third professional fight, but this guy, Liam Fox, he came to fight. He came to actually have a go here.
Yeah, no, definitely he came to fight Liam. Believe it or not, I've actually sparred Liam before. I sparred him before we both turned professional, so I knew he was a tough lad and a good lad as well. So it was a good step up in opponent. I managed to go through the gears a little bit and sink them into him.
I mean, for somebody that's only as young as yourself and making only their third professional fight, it's quite unheard of to get a step up like Liam in the third fight. Normally you stick to these journeymen that turtle up and you can just get the rounds in, but what was the thought process in that?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, obviously Liam, I don't know how many he's had, like you would just call him a journeyman, but I knew he was a tough lad. Obviously sparring him before, and I think he had 30 odd fights in the RAF and done well. Had a decent amateur record, so I knew he was good. That's who I got matched up with. So I was expecting a good fight, and that's what we got. It was a good 4 rounds.
When are you out next? Then obviously looks like a couple of knocks on the face here, a little black eye, whatnot. Yeah. But when are you out next? Have you got a plan for that?
I mean, I bruise like a peach. Honestly, I do. I've always getting marked up. I can look at a boxing glove and get marked up. But I'm out again 1st of April, so in like 4 weeks' time, I'm out again. Another 4-rounder. Would have liked a 6, but another 4-rounder. Looking forward to that and getting another few rounds in the bank.
That's it. They're keeping you busy, which is good to see. We'll touch on Thomas Ward there. You mentioned he's a stablemate of yours. I mean, he was boxing well. He was landing some clean shots, but it just seems like Kolmatov he seemed just too big in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely heartbroken for Tommy. I've been going to watch Tommy since I was a kid, really. Growing up watching Tommy and follow him. I've been to near enough every fight and lucky enough to get in the stable with him and train with him, and he's a good friend of mine, Tommy, so I'm absolutely devastated for him because he worked so hard to get here. You're not meet a lad who trains as hard, but Tommy was genuinely, I thought he was beating him with boxing ability, but the kid just has dynamite in his hands. He does. He's just he's huge for the weight, and just has dynamite in his hands, and that's it really. I mean, Tommy really, he's never been touched or tested like that in his career, and he's boxed the top lads. He's boxed like the likes of Jazza Dickens and so on. But yeah, like I say, the kid can bang, but Tommy was better than him ability wise, but the kid can bang, so that's what happened.
I mean, I spoke to Tommy about the featherweight division. It's a division where the world champions are just swapping the belts. They're fighting each other. There's been 4 WBC world champions in the last 13 months. IBF champions has been 4. There's been 3 WBA champions. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you win, lose or draw in this division. It seems like if you're good enough, you're at the top, you'll get a crack at another good fight. So this is not the end for Tommy, man. He's shown that he's got boxing ability. Yeah. And he's willing to trade to make it fun for the fans.
Yeah, listen, he's always had boxing ability. To be fair, it's maybe a bit early to try and say the silver lining, but the silver lining is people might want to box him now. Everyone was running scared from him. No one wanted to box him, but maybe now they might fancy the chances with him.
Back to you then. Obviously, you're in a tough blue check box, Rick. You're in the welterweight division. Is that true, or are you going to move down?
Yeah, to be honest, it says welterweight because I had my debut at 10.5 stone, but that was due to a late opponent change. But to be honest, my last 2 I've boxed at super lightweight, just over super lightweight. But I think a day before weigh-in, I can do lightweight. Like I think that'll be my weight. Yeah. I was
about to say, because obviously no disrespect to you, when I'm standing beside you, I thought, geez, you're a small welterweight. So I'm like, I do hope you're going to go down to lightweight at least.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's I think it's just on there from my debut. Like I say, it was 10.5 stone, which I made comfortably. I had to eat up to make that, but it was that was for my debut. That's what I got matched at. But no, super lightweight. I make super lightweight on the day. or just over super lightweight. But yeah, getting down with you day before weigh-ins, I'll be making lightweight like.
Well, that's good to hear then. That's good to hear. One final one from me then. Obviously, you've got 2 quick fights in 2023 already. You've had this one, you've got one in April. So what's the plan for 2023? If I could tell you, had an interview with you this time next year, where would you like to be?
I'd have liked to have had a couple of 6-rounders under my belt, to be honest. Definitely, I'll get better as the rounds go on. I'll do better over the longer rounds. I've got a good engine. I know I've got a good engine. I've always trained like a professional, even as amateur. So I do think the longer rounds will suit me. So I'd like to get a couple of 6 rounds in before the end of the year, and then we'll step it up.
Obviously that stoppage is yet to come, so as the longer rounds go on, you break your opponents down more. Do you think longer rounds, you get that little extra time to break your opponents down and we might see these stoppages?
Yeah, I mean, stoppages wise, my first 3, I've wanted rounds under my belt, and I don't go in there gung ho. Listen, I could. I know I'm a strong enough lad. I know if I put it on them, I really could stop them. But what would I learn from that? I mean, I only had 27 amateur fights, so I'm trying to get my ring time in. Not that I'm taking it easy. I'm trying to sink it into them, but I'm not trying to rush myself. I'm trying to balance my boxing ability with letting my hands go. You know what I mean? So if I can hurt someone, say that I've hurt them, I will go for the knockout. But I'm not going to rush it. I know them knockout wins will come at the right time when I land the right shots. But I'm just trying to learn, get better, and do what I do best.
For a young man, it's a very, very mature answer. So listen, hopefully this is the first of many interviews. If you keep cracking up them wins and fighting opponents like Liam Fox and early in your career, I'm sure we'll see you in the big time very, very soon. But Nathan, thank you so much, brother, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.